Hello friends, this is your Trendline Investor again, providing the Nifty daily outlook and the Trading with Trendline Investor series for the 30th of July 2021. Now today is the last trading day of this month, and so it's going to be a very important trading session today that will actually define the weekly candle and also the monthly candle for this month in Nifty, Bank Nifty, and across all major stocks trading across NSE and BSE. Now, if you find any candle which is not looking good on the monthly time frame, then there's a very high probability that that stock or the index would not do well. By that I mean basically if you see a big red candle or a big wick on the top of the candle, or anything like that, it would not really do good for a stock in the coming months. So yeah, keeping that aside, so this video as usual will cover two parts. The first part would be the Nifty daily outlook for today, and the second part would be Trade with Trendline Investor series. So if you're looking just for the second part, then head towards the second part directly. And for people who are new to my channel, the Trade with Trendline Investor series is a positional trading series where I'll be using 1 lakh capital and be trading cash stocks, and I'll be sharing all my learnings and my trades with you on a daily basis. So if you haven't joined me, do join me. It's a very interesting series where you learn a lot of principles that makes a trader, consistently profitable. Note that word, consistently profitable, because you can make, as a trader, you will keep losing money here and there, but you should ensure that your losses are very small and your winners are big. So if you want to learn this, do subscribe to my channel today and also inform all your friends and relatives. So let's jump into the first part, which is the Nifty outlook for today. So as usual, I'll be covering what happened to the markets in the previous session, what are the key learnings, if there are any, and what is my market outlook for today, which includes both the long plan and the short plan. So basically what happened to the markets yesterday is we had a decent day yesterday and a red and a green candle. After 3 days of red candle, we had finally a green candle today, and that is actually a good sign, because previous day we had a long wick which showed that we have again and again we are seeing demand around that lower level. So as of today, the green candle looks good, but I don't know what's going to happen today. So let's look at that. So we did gap up yesterday morning, the session, as soon as the morning we did gap up around 60 points and we went higher during the day. But then market or Nifty just moved very slowly after that and did not show any strong follow-up buying, and that was not a great sign, but I would not say that's also a bad sign. It was expiry day, so maybe that had an influence. But do note that we have still not crossed this bearish trend line, right? So that bearish trend line is still will still be a problem for Nifty to cross, because after that breakdown, this is the first time it's going to test that line, and the first tests usually would be it fail. So, and also we have this resistance over here, and if you see, that's why we are kind of reversed today. So might be little difficult today. Probably we might make a very small candle, I don't know, but for now this horizontal resistance over here and this trendline resistance might be a problem for Nifty, right? But do remember that we are making higher lows, so the trend as of now is up, but the trend on this time frame, or if you go to the higher time frames, you might see that we are not really out of this short-term downtrend, right? So just keep that note in mind, and it's very important for us to cross that trendline resistance to head higher, right? So our plan yesterday was actually to go long above 15,770. So that was our plan, and we went. You could have gone long probably in open, but the stop was too deep. So you actually had to wait, and it was actually very important to wait until you have a swing low to form. So basically some kind of a low like that to form, and then we had this dip, and then we had a breakout above that high. So you could have probably gone long there with a stop, around 15,740 or around that level. Yeah, and then we had a breakout and we made new highs, but then we just came down because that was resistance over there, and basically not much money could have been made by any intraday option buyers. Maybe option sellers, yes, but option buyers, I don't think it have made much money. Also, after a big day, previous day, we had a big wide range day. It is most often, or it is most likely, that the next day or the following day would not have a big move, right? So that's basically what happened yesterday. But any learnings? Yes. So don't take trades at open. I've been repeating this multiple times, but people just have this FOMO and they take trades at open, which causes loss for many people. So don't take trades at open if the stop loss is too deep, and try to wait for some time before you get a proper stop loss according to what your risk levels are or what your risk appetite is, and only then take the trade. Don't make this mistake. Many people will be making this mistake, especially if you're new in the market. And if you're trading options, first of all, if you're new, don't trade options. It's not the right instrument to trade if you're a beginner, right? So that's the learning. But let's look at what's in store for today. So my long plan is we will go long only above 15,820 around this level. So let's keep that round number 15,820, which is above this level, and also if you can keep a stop at swing low wherever. But if we gap up above 15,840, right? So if you gap up above the trendline resistance, that would be an awesome sign. You can take a long trade, but just wait for a small dip, just like how it happened today, and then go long, because the stop would be pretty deep. Because this low is 15,767 and the gap up would be 15,840, so that's around 80 point stop. So that's not favorable. So wait. If we gap up above this trend line, then please wait and then take a trade. But if we just trend like this, and during the day and when we break out, that will be an awesome trade to take, because that shows that the short-term downtrend is over and probably we're heading higher. But as of yesterday, we have taken support right around that zone. So as of now, the markets are in a bullish zone still, but let's see if we can cross that level. Right now, what's my short plan? The short plan is to go short only before 15,760, which is this low. Right, don't go short anywhere above, but short only around here. And if we gap up towards the trend line, right, not above but towards the trend line, if we gap around 15,830, 835, around that level, then probably you can try a short if we have a first red candle in the first 5 minutes or so. Just keep a stop above the day's high, and probably you might get a very good short trade as well. Shorts, it's been a shorting market where people have made money. So yes, you can use that gap up towards 835 levels and go short. So that's my outlook, friends, for Nifty today. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, do share it with your friends, and do subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet. Now let's move to the second part, which is actually the most interesting part for me, and I'm sure it's for you as well. So this has actually been a very good day finally for the Trade with Trendline Investor series, but Apar Industries, as I mentioned yesterday, we are facing resistance around that zone over there. We see this is the first time we're going retesting, so probably some more consolidation before we head higher. Probably 3-4 weeks of consolidation, then we head higher. That is also acted as support before, and then we broke down, then we kind of retested, and then we cracked all the way down. Right, so Apar Industries is facing some resistance, but for now, I'm going to still wait for some consolidation to happen. Not much sell-off compared to the previous days. That doesn't mean if it keeps going down, we'll keep the position. No, for now our stop loss is around this low, which is 600, so that's still 10% away, which is a decent stop loss for a positional trade. So I'll continue to keep that stop loss, and we'll see. Right, but let's look at the trades quickly. So Apar Industries is still in a 17% profit. So that is overall our portfolio is up by 4.9% only from this stock, but overall we are up only around 2% because of our previous losses. Then we have Fact is again not doing anything. Kansai, Nerolac again is not doing anything. SHREDIGCEM had a good day finally after a couple of bad days, and we did try to cross that previous high, but we could not. Probably some sell-off there, but results today were excellent results across Twitter. That's what I've been hearing. I do not really research or go into depth and research the reports, but what I've heard from some of the Twitter guys is that the results have been fantastic. So let's see what's in store. Tata Positional Limited, I've been telling you since more than 2 weeks now, that the metal sector is going through a strong consolidation. The breakout will be fierce, right? And that's the breakout that we've been all waiting for. And we were positioned well before this breakout. So we are up around 6% on Tata Positional Steel, and I'm going to pyramid this. I will let you know the plan shortly, but that's the plan. There were no orders executed today, and holdings, that's the holdings. And we still have a cash of 15,000, right? We're going to use that cash shortly. But that's how the charts, that's how the trade book or the Zerodha. Now let's look at the charts quickly, right? So I already discussed Apar Industries. Next is Fact. Now, since we entered Fact, right, it's been almost 3 weeks since we entered, Apar Industries, Fact, and Tata Positional Steel Limited. Except Fact, other two stocks have started moving higher. So I'm not really liking Fact as of today. And also, if you see my trend lines, all are breaking, and not much, support seen anywhere. So I'm not really sure if we should continue hold this, because it's 3 weeks and I don't want to keep my capital stuck. So I'm going to probably sell this off tomorrow if I see other opportunities, but I'll just let you know what the other opportunities are. But for now, even if you just put the EMA, right? So we're right around that 50 EMA zone. So probably I will give this tomorrow one day, or maybe not, right? I'll just look at the first hour probably in the morning and then decide whether we have to sell this or not. But I'll just tell you the plan in case we have other opportunities, and I'm going to sell off FACT and buy other stocks, right? So for now, I'm not really happy with FACT because it's been more than 3 weeks and it's not moving anywhere, right? So I'm just going to remove these indicators. So next is Tata Steel Bhushan Limited. Fantastic day again. We've had some amazing volumes today. The entire metal space was hot, and this is probably the first day before we are heading much higher. Right now, one thing here is we have broken out from that point, so I'm going to revise my stop loss for this to this candle low, which is 91.4, but I'm going to keep it as 91. So that's the first update for a sheet today. So I'm going to revise Tata Steel Bhushan Limited stop loss to 91. So if you see here, our buying price is 90.65. So we are just making this trade cost to cost. Okay, we'll do that update shortly. But just another update is Tata Bhushan Steel Limited is kind of again, forming that up move again. Now, if you see, the volumes have completely dipped right, and then we have having a good week again after many weeks, right? But just looking at the longer picture, right now 102 is the level that we have to close this month, or even if we close tomorrow above 102, it's going to be really fantastic, because the pause that has happened here is because of that resistance over there, right? And if we cause 102, probably going to head much higher. I'm not sure how much higher, but this would be probably a dream. But I'm seeing probably 298 is the level that we might be heading to, because in this zone there was just probably after those bad news which came, the stock just continually kept dipping. So probably around 140 is where we would stop, probably for a few weeks or a few days, and then we'll probably head higher. But for now, I'm not selling this. I'm going to keep Tata Steel Bhushan Limited and move a stop to 91. SHREDIG again had a good day, a very good day, good volumes, and we tried to cross that previous high, and I was thinking actually should we pyramid more? Yes, and we will pyramid more. But another thing I wanted to highlight is we have actually broken our channel. This channel breakout happened in this week, in the week of June, and then we're just heading higher. So I'm expecting some good moves in SHREDICCEM. The pace has picked up very strong, right? We're just moving strong. So I'll come to the plan, the pyramiding plan. But what we'll be doing is, I discussed this already before. So we have two stocks, SHREDICCEM and Kansai Nerolac, with 11,000. So I really am not comfortable with such less position size. I usually take above 10%, 15%. But also Kansai Nerolac is not doing much, and it has an event ahead. Probably I can wait. I'm not sure. But tomorrow, if SHREDICCEM again tries to cross 97.8 or 97.5, I'll keep 97.5. If it tries to cross 97.5, then I'm going to sell off Kansai Nerolac and I'm going to add it to SHREDICCEM, right? So that's the plan for tomorrow. Now, in case even if Kansai Nerolac probably goes higher, above 636 tomorrow, then probably I might even add Kansai Nerolac, add more to Kansai Nerolac. But just remember, so we are going to add probably another 10,000 rupees or more. I'll just write a stop loss and see. So SHREDIG, stop loss continues to remain 88 for SHREDIG. So for SHREDIG, yeah, we'll not revise the stop loss, it will continue to be 88, right? So we just move Kansai Nerolac to SHREDIG. So we just reinvest the amount that we have in Kansai Nerolac to SHREDIG. So right now here, what I'm basically doing is I'm transferring the risk of 700 rupees to SHREDICCEM, right? So that's what I'm planning to do, and then we just forget Kansai Nerolac, right? So that's the plan for SHREDIG tomorrow. Kansai Nerolac, yeah, even if it goes up, I'm not much bothered. So tomorrow I think is the event day. I don't know when is exactly event day. So if you know, do let me know in the comment section. But in case if Kansai Nerolac crosses 636 before SHREDICCEM crosses, then probably I might consider also moving the SHREDIG money to Kansai Nerolac, both ways. But I think let's do that. So we can move either of them, whichever crosses high first. So if SHREDIG crosses 97.5, we move Kansai Nerolac money to SHREDIG. If Kansai Nerolac crosses 636 first, then I'm going to probably move SHREDIG money to Kansai Nerolac. right? And I'm not going to move that 15,000 which we have. I'm going to keep that as a fresh position for some new stocks. So that's the plan, guys, from the charts. So we have Advanced Enzyme is still contracting, so not much move over there. Our GTT is still in place. Now I have two stocks which I posted today on Twitter as well: Jubilant, Ingrevia, and ANGELBRKG. Now both the stocks are kind of retesting the trend line, right? And we sold off Jubilant-Ingrevia already. Now some of my people might ask, why did we sell it off when you knew that it was near trend line? Now in hindsight, yes, today was inside bar, but as of yesterday, if the stock kept going lower, I'd have lost more money, right? And for me, as I always mentioned, risk management is my highest priority. I want my capital to be protected. I know I will make money slowly and steadily, but for me, if I lose money, then I can't trade in markets. So that's why if someone comes and tells you, you could have done this, you could have done that, just don't listen to those guys, because they don't understand markets, right? This is a very important learning for you today. So many people come back and tell you, you could have bought that, you could have bought this. No, like for example, Tata Steel Bhushan Limited, if it had gone down, people had said, why did you buy? Correct. Now, since it's gone up, people are like, who missed this might be thinking, oh, I should have bought it before. Right. Now, what we have done is we've just followed the rules and we've bought it, right? The same applies even to JUBLINGREA. Now, I still find the setup strong, and today was inside bar. There was no follow through sell off. Probably we reached this gap already. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to buy JUBLINGREA for the 15,000 I have tomorrow above 612, which is yesterday's day high. And I'm going to keep my stop at 585, right? So that's the plan over here, 585 and 612. The stop loss is 4.4%, right? And I'm going to buy, I'm going to buy not 36 shares. I'm sorry, that's the wrong calculation. So I'm going to buy 15,000 divided by, so 612 minus 5. So that's 1527 rupees, right? So I'm going to buy, I'm sorry. Yeah, so I'm just going to divide this by the entry price, right? So that's the number of shares that we get. So I'm going to buy 24 shares of JUBLINGREA tomorrow in case it crosses 612, right? So that's the first plan for JUBLINGREA. And for ANGELBRKG, again, ANGELBRKG is also touching that trend line. This is on the log scale. It's also right near the trend line. So I'm going to do the same thing here. I'm going to buy above today's high, which is 1228. So I'm going to put 1230 as the entry price, and I'm going to keep the stop as the previous day low, which is this low, this doji low, which is 1174. I'm going to keep it 1170, and I'm going to buy for the same 15,000. I'm going to just divide this by this. So I'm going to buy 12 shares. So either buy 12 shares of ANGELBRKG or 12 shares of JUBLINGREA. So I'll place both the orders here, right? So I'm going to place both the orders here. Sorry. Yeah, JUBLINGREA here. So I'm going to place ANGELBRKG. So ANGELBRKG, I buy 12 shares at 1230, correct? So 12 shares at 1230, right? So I'm going to keep 29 so that my order gets triggered 29. I'm going to buy it between this price, so 1230, right? So that's my order for ANGELBRKG. And the second one is JUBLINGREA. We're going to buy it again. Remember that sometimes the second after a stop loss hit, re-entry sometimes will prove to be a very good trade. So I'm going to buy 24 shares at 612. So I'm going to do the same thing over here, 24 shares at 611.75. I'll keep. So that's when the order gets triggered, it goes to the exchange, and I'm going to keep here 612, right? So 12 shares. So that's the update. So I'll be buying for 15,000 rupees both, correct? So this is going to be 24. I'm just going to round it off, and this is going to be 12. So we'll buy 14,688 and 14,760, right? So that's the update, for these two, right? So we already have Advanced Enzymes GTT order. So we'll have 3 GTT orders by, correct? We have that. Now tomorrow, if SHREDIGCEM or Kansai, whichever crosses the high first, just shift the money to the other one, right? Now for that, what you can do is you can use an alert here and then do it. Now in case you miss it because of some work or something else, it's just fine, just leave it as it is. It doesn't really matter. In case even I miss it, I'm just going to leave it as it is. But if you have time, and if you have time to look at it, when the alert gets triggered, then just shift this from there, shift that to here, right? So that's the update to the orders and the charts. If you have any questions on the charts, do let me know. If you have any questions on the buying, just let me know. in the comment section. Okay, now just looking at our trading journal, so we have 15,000 cash. That's the amount that we have invested. So as of today, our portfolio is up to 1,02,235. So we basically generated 2.2% returns in just what, 3 weeks? Yeah, around 3 weeks, right? So we've generated 2.2% returns, and if you see, we have just an uptrend right now. So our trades are starting to work. So we just need to keep our losses in control, right? So I've also given the the 3 planned orders here, and in this case, what I'm going to do is Tata Bhushan. I'm going to update this to 91. Okay, so the stop loss is 91, and also for Bhushan I'm going to pyramid as well. So out of the 3 stocks, right, so Bhushan high is 98.25, so I'm going to put a GTT for 98.25, but let's first calculate a quantity. So what's the high? The high is 98.25, so just use that high. So P1 is 98.25, and the quantity would be 15,000 divided by 98.25. correct? So 152 shares of Bhushan Steel, and the stop loss would be 91. So basically, if we how much is our risk here? So our risk here would be, just copy this here, correct? So basically, how much are we risking? 7.25 into 152 is our risk, correct? So just multiply that, 7.25 into 152, so that's 1,102 rupees is our risk, right? So that's fine. I'm fine with that risk. It's just around 1%. So but I'm adding more positions, or adding more to my existing positions. Now also, what you can do is you can also buy it right now, right? 96.85, you can also do that, or you can do it above the day high. Now the reason I'm doing about day high is because here 98.4 and we had 98.25, so probably that is acting as a resistance. I'm not sure. So if it does, it's going to consolidate for a few more days, so probably we might have a dip tomorrow and just keep consolidating for a few more days before we head higher. But for now, so there is a competition among the GTTs that we have. So 152 at 98.25, I'm just going to place GTT. So create GTT, a single buy, so 152 shares at 98.25, right? So I'm going to keep it 98.2, and here I'm going to say 98.25. So I'm going to place it. So tomorrow, basically, if there are 4 stocks competing for that 15,000, right? Now, whichever stock consumes the 15,000 first, we can just leave it. We can just delete the other GTDs. But tomorrow, or you can also, what you can do is you can ignore these orders if you want, and you can just focus on this order. Just buy it tomorrow at whatever price you want. But for now, I'm just going to teach you. If I done it personally, I'll just do it. I'll just buy more of this tomorrow at whatever price I get, and I'll not really buy the other stocks, so that I have a very focused position. And if it goes up, I make more money, but if it doesn't go up, I don't lose also much, right? But let's see which triggers tomorrow out of these 4 stocks, and whichever stock triggers first, that would be probably the stock that will be that we'll be holding. So if you see here, this also helps you understand which one is more closer towards the trigger price. So right now, Bhushan Steel Limited is more closer towards the trigger price, 98.2. The last traded price is 96.85. So basically, we have a higher chance that Tata Bhushan Steel Limited would probably trigger our order first before the others do, right? So, but we leave it to the markets to decide that. So yeah, so that's the plan for tomorrow. So I think I've updated everything. So fact stop loss remains the same, SHREDIGCEM and this one, correct? So we've not revised the stop loss yet for these. So fact, as I said, tomorrow I might sell off fact. I'll let you know in the Telegram channel. It depends on the first hour how the move is, and if I have any other opportunity, the probably I'm going to remove fact and move the money there. So basically, I have 15,000 here. I'd move the entire 15,000 to probably if JUBLINGREA crosses or ANGELBRKG crosses, I'll move that money here, right? So again, summarizing the trades for tomorrow. So we will so fact upper indices remain as it is. Fact if we have any other trades which are moving in our GTTs, if any of a GTT gets triggered here, then I'm going to, for example, JubilantIngrevia or ANGELBRKG, or if one of them already gets triggered and we use the 15,000 and we don't have more money, then I'm going to sell off fact. And if others get triggered, then I'm going to use that money to trigger to buy the other stocks. So that's the plan for fact. So if Kansai, Nerolac and Shree both are dependent on each other, so whichever moves higher, I'm going to move that money to each other, right? And Tata Steel Bhushan Limited is in a GTT, right? So that's the plan. I hope I was clear. In case I was not clear, just let me know in the comment section, or just ping me on Twitter, DM me on Twitter, and I can help you. Otherwise, I hope you enjoyed this video. In case I missed anything, just let me know. But otherwise, yeah, take care, stay safe, and have a good day. Thank you.